Hey guys, Destined Bellfire, Unquenchable Darkness here. We're back with another scary story, or a spooky story. Whatever. I'll just say a scary story. But yeah, bef- yeah. How about that picture? If you're Before you explain, just let me read the title of the story and the description, the story is called Master Race, a disturbing story about World War II, the Nazis and the concentration camps. It's based on a story from an old horror comic called Impact. Yeah, yeah, about that picture. So this disturbing or a scary story. Yes, so this disturbing story will be based upon the upon will be based upon World War II and about the Nazis during World War II. If you look at the left side of the picture, you can even see the sign of the Nazi and that picture of Adolf Hitler yelling "Master Race." I don't know. I don't know if I should be. I don't know if it's illegal to say his last name I don't know if it's illegal to say his name or something, but yeah. So this story will be based on World War II, which, yeah. But either way, with no chit chat, let's just get this over with. And and guess what? Guess what? Today was my birthday, and yeah, I had a really good time. Is spending my birthday today since I've been to a bowling alley and ate a bunch of pizzas, buff chicken wings, and had a good time playing bowling, and also having cake once we went home from the bowling alley. I know this is something that you don't want to know about, but I really now I really wished I didn't set now I really wished I didn't want to talk about that to you guys. But enough of that. Let's just get this over with. So this is Master Race. Enjoy. The curtains rises on the theater of the abyss. I was in the train station, standing on the platform. I was waiting patiently for my train as I did every morning. The train ground to a halt and the doors slid open. Passengers came pouring down. Passengers came pouring out. Keeping my head down, I boarded the train and took a seat. Oh, nice! It even has pictures from the comet. From the comic Impact. Yes, so it looks like this story will also include pictures from the comic called Impact, which is based upon World War II and I guess this and the Nazis and concentration camps. Whatever. Anyways, I looked around at my fellow passengers, all of them alone in their little worlds. My eyes settled on one passenger in particular. He was wearing a black hat and his face was pale and thin. Something about his face looked familiar. Then, wait, wait a minute. I don't think there's a. But anyways, and then it hit me. It was a face I knew from 10 years ago. 10 long years and 5,000 miles away. One of the many faces I would never be able to forget, no matter how hard I try. But what is it? And sorry that you can't see the full picture of this, all because of this stupid ad. My, my hands My hands began to tremble, and I broke out into a cold sweat. I looked at his face, and I was drawn back into the past. Choke. It was a madness that swept through the country. Like a plague, a tidal wave of frenzied hate. Somehow I found myself caught up in the movement. I remembered the rallies, the inspirational speeches, and the cheering of the crowds. So, so I guess this is showing the concentration. Wait a minute. I think it is showing the concentration camps during World War II. I remember the troops were marching through the streets, smashing shop windows and brutally beating anyone who tried to stand up to them. I remembered soldiers dragging people from their homes and sending them to concentration camps. Hail, all hail Hitler, all hail Hitler, all hail Hitler. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying his last name. I don't know. I think I shouldn't be saying his name. Yeah, I don't think I should be saying his last name. I was young and impressionable. I didn't understand what was going on. I wanted to serve my country, so I joined I joined the army. Instead, they sent me to the SS, and I was stationed as a guard in a concentration camp. I remembered the concentration camp and the unimaginable horrors it kept hidden within. I remembered the misery and fear of the people who lived and died behind those wretched barbed wire fences. Oh man, those people that suffered in the concentration camps. I feel bad for them, but I do remember before was since 8th grade. I remember that I watched a movie that was based upon World War II. Which, if you guys know this story, if you guys know this movie called Boy in the Stripped Pajamas, if you guys know that movie, please tell me in the comments if you know that movie. That movie was based on World War II. And I'm not going to tell spoilers to anyone who hadn't watched the movie. To you guys who haven't watched the movie. But yeah. And looks like once I'm done making this video and upload it to YouTube, I think that this video will be age restricted. I remember dragging people from the trains and lining them up, deciding who would live and who would die. The children were separated from their parents. The wives were separated from their husbands. I remembered marching the unsuspected people into the gas chambers and listening to their screams as they slowly died. I remembered shooting innocent people in the back of the head and rolling their bodies into mass graves. My goodness, this is horrific. I remembered the emaciated corpse of man and woman and children piled high against the gas chamber and walls, and the terrible stench of human flesh burning the crematorium. I was witness to it all, and yet I did nothing. What could I do? I was simply following orders. I may have done terrible things, but I wasn't responsible for any of them. But my conscience was clear. I remember the end of the war when the news came that the Russians were only a few miles away. I fled the concentration camp, hiding my uniform and changing into civilian clothes. I tried to lose myself and among the crowds of refugees and walked down the roads, looking for somewhere safe to live. Somehow I managed to invade the Allied army. I changed my name. I created a new identifier for myself. I went to America where no one would know who I was or when I came from. When I went to America where no one would know who I was or where I came from, where no one would find out what I did during the war. When I looked up again, the man was staring at me. I could see the glint of recognition in his eyes. He was one of the survivors from the camp. He knew who I was. He knew what I had done. He wouldn't let me get away with it. He would call the police and then I would be hunted once again. Wait, so that I think the man is the one. Think the one with the black jacket and black hat is the man that called the police on the person. On that person with yellow little with yellow jacket and a brown hat with holding a newspaper. Anyways, the train slowed as it came to the next station. I jumped up from my seat and rushed to the doors. The man in the black hat got off from his seat as well and started walking towards me. The train ground to a halt and the door slid open. When I looked back, the man was behind me. He was staring at me and his eyes seemed to bore through me. Oh, I had to get away. I had to run. I ran as fast as I could, just as I had run from the concentration camp all those years ago, just as I had been running ever since the end of the war, running from my past. I ran down the deserted platform and the man in the black hat. I ran down the deserted platform and the man in the black hat followed. Then all of us... Wait, pretend you didn't see that. So let's see. Pretend you didn't see those sentences. But let's see. Looking at the picture, so I see the man running and the train is approaching. If I had to guess, that man that man will accidentally fell to the train tracks, will will fell to the train tracks and the train will kill the man. Let's Yeah, I'm guessing that man will get killed by the train. Then all of a sudden, my foot slipped and I felt myself falling, falling, falling right under the wheels of the oncoming train. Half an hour later, the man in the black hat was standing there on the platform, talking to the police. What happened? An officer asked. Yeah, now, now this is getting really disturbing. I don't know, the man replied. He was in front of me when I was getting off. Then all of a sudden, he began running up the platform, and as I watched, he jumped under the wheels of as I watched, he jumped over the wheels of the oncoming train. It was horrible. Did you know him? Asked the policeman. Not at all, said the man in the black hat. I never saw him before in my life. What? What is he talking about? He did see him. He did see him. He suspected him and knew that guy is from the concentration. He knew him. He knew that guy was one of the guards from the concentration camps during World War II. How dare he pretended to didn't see him before, just to when he witnessed when he witnessed the guy's death when the train was coming and ran him over. But yeah, this was one disturbing story I have ever read. This is just one of the disturbing stories I ever read. Like I have to say, this also scared me a little. But alright guys, so that was Master Race. If you guys wait, before I end the video, I just have one question about the story. Why is it called Master Race anyway? I should have said this before, but now after I read this, I still don't get it why it was called Master Race at all. I don't get it. What was like the purpose of the story? Like, what's the premise of the story anyway? And I thought that this was, never mind. Just saying that I don't know, like, what's the premise of the story at all. But yeah, but alright guys, so that was Master Race. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next scary story, riddle, urban legend for you guys. But yeah, so see you guys later. The curtains closes on the Theater of the Abyss.